This is Hajirunnisa, Associate Professor from Commerce and Management Department. Today's topic is labor cost control from the subject cost accounting. Let us learn calculation of earnings under various methods, that is under time rate method, piece rate method, under Taylor's differential piece rate system, under Halsey bonus plan, and under Rowan's premium scheme. Let us solve the problem number 11, where we have asked in this problem to calculate earnings under various methods. So let's start calculation under straight piece rate system. Your earnings is calculated considering number of units produced into rate per unit. So number of units produced given in the problem, it is 150 units into rate per unit is 6. This information is also given. 150 into 6, this comes to rupees 900 is the earnings of a worker. This is one method. Let's continue with the second method, Taylor's differential piece rate system. Under this method, we need to first calculate what is the percentage of efficiency rate applied. If the rate is, this is the second method, if the rate is below the standard, rate below the standard, output is 80% and the rate above the standard, output is equal to 120%. Here 120%, here standard output is equal to 120 units and the actual output is equal to 150 units. Here actual output is above the standard 120 units, therefore we need to apply here the rate applicable is 120 units, since this actual output is above the standard unit 120 units. Therefore we need to apply 120% rate as the percentage of efficiency. Under Taylor's differential piece rate, system, Taylor's differential piece rate system, formula is earnings equals number of units produced into differential rate per unit into percentage of efficiency rate. Here, number of units produced, information given in the problem 150 units into differential rate per unit is 6 rupees into percentage of efficiency, it is 120%, 120 by 100. Here earnings comes to rupees 1080. Since this is above the standard, we are considering here 120% rate. If the production is below the standard, we need to take the efficiency rate 80%. Normally, under Taylor's differential piece rate system, we have two rates of efficiency. If the production is below the standard 80%, if the production is above the standard 120%. Accordingly, we need to consider percentage of efficiency. The next method is Halsey bonus plan. Third method of calculation of earnings is under Halsey bonus plan. Before we apply the formula for calculation of earnings, we need to understand and calculate what is the standard time and what is the actual time taken, which is not given in the problem. Here first is calculation of standard time. Standard time. Calculation of standard time. Here 20 minutes for production of per unit. Therefore, for producing 150 units, into 20 minutes, this comes to 3000 minutes. 150 units into per unit 20 minutes. Therefore, production of 150 units, this comes to 3000 minutes. Converting this minutes into hours, we need to divide it by 60 minutes. Then the standard time taken for production of 150 units comes to 50 hours. Next calculation is actual time. Actual time taken for production. Actual time taken is 20 minutes per unit into 20 minutes taken for per unit into 120 units into 20. This comes to 2400 minutes taken for producing 120 units. These minutes can be converted into hours by dividing by 60 minutes. 60 minutes. Here 2400 minutes. 2400 minutes for producing 120 units. Here the actual time taken comes to 40 hours. With this information, we can calculate the earnings under Halsey bonus plan. Third method is under Halsey bonus plan. calculation of earnings. Here the formula is hours worked into rate per hour plus half of time saved into rate per hour. This is the formula for calculating earnings under Halsey plan. Here hours worked is 40 into rate per hour 15, which is given in the problem, plus half of time saved, it is 10, that is standard time is 50 minus actual time 40, 50 minus 40, time saved is 10 hours into rate per hour 15. This comes to 600 plus 75 equals rupees 675 is the earnings of a worker under Halsey bonus plan. Next is earnings under Rowan's premium plan. Calculation of earnings under Rowan's premium plan. Here the formula for calculating earnings is hours worked into rate per hour plus time saved by time allowed into hours worked into rate per hour. Here the actual hours worked is 40 into rate per hour 15, time saved is 10 divided by time allowed is 50 hours into 40 is the actual hours worked into rate per hour 15. This comes to 600 plus 120. 600 plus 120 is equal to rupees 720 under Rowan's premium plan. So these are the four methods of calculation of earnings under piece rate system. The earnings is rupees 900. Under Taylor's differential piece rate system, the earnings of a worker is 1080. Under Halsey bonus plan, this earnings comes to rupees 675. Under Rowan's premium plan, the earnings is rupees 720. I hope you understand this calculation of earnings under various methods under this chapter, labor cost control.